Hello everyone, this is Goti from server 73, and in this video we are going to discuss if the Poseidon holy setup is better with Loki or with Nebu, or if both work or why. There's a couple of differences. For me, I tested a lot in in this KVK. We were facing server 38, and yeah, I made some bookmarks, but yeah, so we will just see how it's going and why I was choosing actually the Nebuchadnezzar setup before, or yeah, I'm actually favorizing this one in comparison to Loki one, even though it's 10k less, but that's just because I have an yeah, like a chaos more in the other setup. But yeah, also the fact that I don't have his Nebuchadnezzar's EA max, but a 4 or 5-1 for Loki, that is also a big factor why the SCP is a bit lower. I'm using yeah, I'm using the accuracy rate on the Nebuchadnezzar one. Let's just see if we can see how it's working. In the past, Killua was actually beating me. Let's see if we can find him. Or I, not beating me, but I was attacking him. He defeated me because he because I was using Loki, and Loki was kinda, yeah, kinda bad. Of course, it's always RNG, and it doesn't mean that I'm always winning with the Nebuchadnezzar one, but in my opinion, it is for now a bit better because I've mentioned it in my Armageddon video. Loki is a kinda not useless, but they did something to him that he doesn't do any magical damage anymore, even though you have high magical damage with all the gem slots and stuff. And now I can do just this is my second setup, like a typical Charles Loki one. This is probably also a little benefit when you use Nebuchadnezzar in your Poseidon Holy setup. But yeah, as you can see, it was way better. I will quickly show you why. Also, his no escape hit me, and mine just missed or didn't proc. Actually, a favor for him. But yeah. So actually, what was my idea? I want to make Nebuchadnezzar proc his skill to boost the damage of Poseidon. Also, the initial skill that's increased for him is pretty good. It's like with Athena, so they have 200 initial energy, more than the other immortals, so his skill is just proccing a bit faster. What is benefiting my Poseidon boost when the Poseidon damage is coming a little bit later. You can also see the little arrow that in the background is the damage boost, but also that my Poseidon is doing so much damage then with the first two hits that it's quickly going to delete. Now the game is a bit buggy again, but there you can see that the initial energy increased by 200 points. This is pretty nice. The same with Athena, as I have mentioned before. This is the best you can have for the start of the fight. And why is it so crazy? It's not the damage. I'm using it as a support. So the increased healing by 20% is pretty nice. So my Theodora is working pretty well, and this is also why I'm using assist on him. I'm using the accuracy rate that I'm going to hit, yeah, way more often. That I'm not missing his skill because I want to have it I want to have it active on the enemy team all the time. Also, the duration is increased by 6%, by 6 seconds because of the exclusive artifact. What is the second skill that when the target is lower than 70% troops, the skill is dealing, or my team is dealing 35% more physical damage. This is the biggest boost for Poseidon that you can have, together with Battle Stance and with Demonic Contract. It's pretty high, pretty good damage. And that was my idea, to actually face the Fufei chaos, because Loki doesn't do anything versus someone who's just countering it. As I've said before, 12 seconds is pretty good. So that was my idea, to use this one instead of Loki, and it made sense, because the damage from 35% more damage when you have Poseidon with like 12,000 physical attack is pretty high. So yeah. Let's double check some other fights. 49 to 22 million. This is a huge difference. And the 6 million from Loki, it's not even good. It doesn't feel well actually to deal more damage than a setup with Loki, but it is kind of good. You can also see a big difference. 46 million to 24. Also, my Poseidon did a lot of damage to myself, but still. Nebu is a game changer for the Poseidon damage. Sal I've lost because of the bad RNG from Loki. I mean, he still has a super strong Marsh. It's even with Manko, it's dealing a lot of damage. But yeah, you can see Poseidon dealt like a lot of damage to my back row. Yeah, it's only on him because assist, as you can see in the bar, assist damage was reducing the damage from Theodora, but was killing my Nebu. So that is some interesting results. Let's check another one. Here again, 67 million, 4 million deal to my own team. 67 million to 28. As you can see, it's just way higher. That is what I was a bit surprised about. That okay, his skill setup is not the best. To be honest, he's missing a lot of strong skills like Demonic Contract and Battle Stance. I don't know what he was testing. Maybe if the Confuse is proccing way more from Loki, but yeah, as you could see, the damage was just super low. That is a bit weird. But let's see versus Bunny from 56, very strong setup. And the Fufei Theodora setup. Let's just see how much damage my fire did in the beginning to just double check if it was like a game changer or not. I don't think so. It's my third Marsh and not even fully maxed Dragon. So as you can see, it's just between 95, 96, 94%. So between 92 and 96% health still. So even though it's having a bit less HP, it's in favor for Bunny, because the dragon skill from the Holy Dragon is benefiting her more than myself. I mean the buff, the physical damage and attack buff. So the second skill, the one that's proccing now, it's proccing at her for 90% or for me at 100%, doing way more for her than for me. So as you could see, that Poseidon was proccing, and it's not a skill that's going to be removed from Theodora. You can also see the increased damage. There was the arrow. This one increased physical damage. I'm not running another damage booster, but this one. She's also not using her main setup, so it probably would be a totally different different game. But as you could see, my Poseidon just killed the back row and then her Poseidon pretty fast. Let's really just double check the damage. Or did I think I checked the damage, 74 million to 65. Look, it's 10 million more. Of course, the setup is stronger with Fufei, but yeah, but Nebukadnezar is just favoriting Poseidon way better than Loki, and Loki could be worth in a second or in a tanky or in a garrison marsh that's probably more useful. And I lost the fight in the end because of the last matchups. In the background, you probably hear again my special guest, my daughter, but there we have the one-to-one face-to-face. 85 million to 63 million. This is like huge. It's a lot. I have the normal skills, but she still has the weird setup on the front line. I remember. So even though it's like way lower STP, I did like 81 million damage, and he just did 41 million. So that is pretty nice. The same setup. Of course, I'm having more buffs. He's missing 2 buffs, but the STP is just way lower. So yeah, I think that explains good why I was using this one against Fufei Theodora and not Loki. Thank you for much for watching, and see you in the next video.